Happy Monday morning. Welcome back, guys. So, as you guys know, a few months ago, the US dollar was above 100 cents. Now, the value of the US dollar is decreasing. Let's look at this and let's see if we can figure out. Let's see if the dollar in any way might be linked to gold and silver because they are rising. So, as of right now, as of this morning, the US dollar's at 93.77. So it's in the 93-cent range. Also, as of last week, Donald Trump nominated a brand new lady, Mrs. Shelton, to run the Fed. She is in full support of having a gold backed US dollar. Think about that carefully for a second. Okay, so as of right now, the US dollar is at 93.74. All right, so as of right now, gold is above 1900. Gold's at 1,931.45. So gold is up. Silver is at 24.372. So silver is up as well. So what is going on? Gold and silver are up. The dollar was down when a few months ago the dollar was over 100 cents. And now it's down to 93 cents as of this morning. And then last week, Trump nominated a brand new lady to Mrs. Shelton to run the Fed, who's again in full support of a gold backed US dollar. What's going on here? Guys, this whole video is my opinion and should not be used for financial advice. Here's my opinion to that, okay? Back in January, do you remember where Laura Ingraham from Fox News interviewed Donald Trump? She asked Donald Trump if Iraq needs to pay us back, okay? And Trump turned around and said, yes, we have 35 billion US dollars of their money. That means we have 40 trillion dinar. Why would the US have 40 trillion dinar? Guys, that's what we've been paid for the war. That's exactly how Kuwait was paid for the U.S. providing military protection to Kuwait. Same here. Okay, Bush Jr. replicated what his dad did in Kuwait with Iraq. All right, we've been paid roughly 40 trillion Iraq dinar to provide military protection to Iraq. That's what's going on. But now I want you to think about something carefully. So back to what we're talking about. Why is the U.S. dollar going down? Well, guys, Basel III says that for countries to back the value of their currency, there's not enough precious metals, so they would use precious metals and foreign currencies. Okay? So, again, this part is opinion. There's a possibility that the US is transitioning and going back to a gold backed or precious metal backed US dollar, and we're exiting and leaving the fiat system. Okay? So, in order for the dollar to go gold backed, it would have to devalue, because once it becomes gold backed, it would actually strengthen and increase in value. But when would that happen? Think about this, guys. It would actually happen when the dinar revalues. Donald Trump told us we have 35 billion US dollars of Iraq's money. Okay? So when the dinar revalues, we have a lot of Iraq dinar in our reserves. We have approximately 40 trillion in our reserves that will back the US dollar. When it revalues, that's when it will strengthen. That would be when we would go gold backed. If we are going to gold back, it would be when the dinar revalues. Okay? So right now, notice how gold and silver are going up in value in a way almost walking you up to the rate change. Okay? So gold and silver, in my opinion, are slowly increasing in value, walking you to the timing of the rate change, and as well as the dollar devaluing. So that way, when the rate does change, it will strengthen the US dollar, so the dollar can actually go back up in value. Okay? If the dollar is going to strengthen in value, the dollar was already high. It was already well over 100 cents. So it would make sense that if they are going to gold back, they would have to devalue the dollar to give it wiggle room to go back up when when and or if they go gold back. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. All right, let's get into the Iraq news. Yesterday they put out this interesting article, and I'm going to call this article BS, but guys, I've got two articles to share with you, and I've told you there's two things we need to see for the rate to change. Okay? We need to see Kurdistan and Baghdad reach a comprehensive agreement showing they can work together and get along together. Second one is we need to see an approved budget. Okay? Because like I've shown you or telling you, they're hiding the budget from you because it's married to the rate change. Okay? That's why you did not see a budget during the very beginning of Iraq's new fiscal year starting in April. Okay? Right now they're currently telling us they might do a supplementary budget for the second half of their fiscal year, which would be October through March. Okay? But in my opinion, this article is BS. Let's look at it. It says Parliament will receive the 2021 budget in October, and this is the fate of the 2020. Member of Parliament Finance Committee revealed the handing over of the 2020 budget to the House of Representatives next October. Okay, so here they're saying revealed the handing over of the 2020 budget to the House of Representatives in October. Starting work in the budget of 2021, the Ministry of Finance developing a strategy for it, noting that it will be delivered to the Parliament in October, which will be studied and approved early. She said voting on the 2021 early to avoid deficits and confusion in work of the government, pointing out that there is no budget for 2020. The salaries of the employees were released today because of the liquidity in the international borrowing or internal borrowing money, which was set at $15 trillion, in addition to the high oil prices that will help provide liquidity for the next 3 months. Okay, so here they're telling you if you look at this paragraph right here at the bottom, it says pointing out that there is no 2020 budget. Okay, in my opinion, guys, this article is BS. This is one article telling you there won't be a 2020 budget. Again, it's one. We cannot trust just one article saying something. Okay, we can't do it. Let's look at the next article, guys. This one was from Saturday, the 25th. Guys, this was a high-profile meeting they had. It was a roundtable with a lot of different groups to discuss many different variables regarding Iraq's economy and economics going forward. Okay, this has to do with the reforms. Remember, guys, as of yesterday, there was something I didn't share with you because I wanted to see if any of you guys would remember this. I didn't see where anyone did, and that's okay. I'm here to help you. What no one remembered or brought up was that the large deficit within the 2020 budget is the reforms. That means the reforms being the large deficit of the 2020 budget, that means they do require money allocated from within the 2020 budget. So they're telling you that they have to approve the 2020 budget. Okay, so the 2020 budget has to be approved in order for them to implement the reforms, because the 2020 budget, the reforms are an allocation within the 2020 budget, and they require money to be allocated for them, and they have to be funded from the 2020 budget. Okay, so let's look at this article. So again, this article was about a large roundtable meeting with and it was the IEA, the International Energy Agency, the IEA. They hosted a virtual ministerial roundtable to discuss reforms within the Iraq economy. Let's get down to the white paper section. All that we care about, there's the white paper section. All we care about is this third paragraph, which is now at the top. It says, Dr. Alawi said that the new Iraqi government is committed to submitting a wide range of white paper to Parliament in September. The fact that they're telling you they're going to submit the wide-ranging white paper to Parliament in September, they're telling you this is what everybody missed yesterday. They're telling you they're submitting a 6-month semi-annual budget in September because the reforms require funding, which can only come from within a budget. Again, they cannot implement reforms without a budget. So the reforms require a budget. So if they're telling you they're submitting this to Parliament in September, they're telling you they're submitting the budget for approval in September. That's what they're telling you here, guys. That's what everybody missed yesterday, and that's what I wanted to stress to you in this video. Okay? So right there, again, Dr. Alawi said that the new Iraqi government is committed to submitting a wide-ranging white paper to Parliament in September. That means submit a budget to fund the reforms in September of 2020, which will set out a new roadmap to reorient. Reorient means change or restructure the Iraqi economy and grow the private sector. Guys, you already know Iraq cannot reorient or restructure their economy and grow the private sector without that rate change. You already know that. So that it can play its neutral and leading role in the economy. So guys, this was very powerful yesterday, and I wanted to stress to you that this has everything to do with the 2020 budget, but I've now showed you 2 articles. They're hiding the budget from you. They do not want you to see it because the rate change is married to the budget. Notice how in the first article I showed you, they brought that forth and told you, oh, there's not going to be a 2020 budget. That's BS. In this article, they side-skirted and walked around the budget and just said, hey, we're going to submit the reforms via the white paper to Parliament in September. Guys, the reforms are within the budget. They're funded from within the budget. So the fact that they told you they're submitting reforms to Parliament in September, they're just told you they're submitting a budget to Parliament in September, guys. That's what I wanted to show you how amazing this was. Everybody missed that yesterday. So anyway, guys, take care and have a great day.